Hello everyone, I'm Yazan Ibrahim, or as some of you might know me, Yazan Abu Ghosh. Today we're going to dive into a fascinating and essential topic from Chapter 4, Part A, Information Systems Operations 4.5 End User Computing. If you are a seasoned auditor or just curious to understand how information systems into business environments, you've come to the right place. Let's begin. Picture this. In a bustling office, employees aren't just using applications simply handed to them by the IT department. Instead, they're taking things into their own hands. These end users, who aren't programmers by trade, are creating unique solutions, crafting spreadsheets, designing small tools, and organizing their workflows through software, all to meet their specific needs. This phenomenon is what we call end user computing, or EUC. It's a game changer that empowers individuals across an organization, helping them design and implement their own applications or systems without waiting for a formal IT process. At first glance, this might seem like a perfect solution. Employees can move quickly, responding to challenges and opportunities as they arise. Imagine a marketing team responding to a rapidly shifting consumer trend. With EUC, they could build an application that tracks consumer behavior, compares the data, and outputs insights, all without having to wait for the IT department to create one for them. This flexibility means faster reactions to changing marketplaces, new regulations, or emerging customer interests. EUC directly translates to efficiency and agility, two critical elements for survival in a fast-paced business environment. But while this newfound autonomy is liberating, it also comes with its own complexities and risks. To better understand the trade-offs, let's dive deeper. The dual nature of EUC, benefits and risks. First, let's appreciate the benefits. With EUC, organizations can remove a significant burden from their IT teams. Instead of bombarding IT staff with requests for small tools or niche applications, end users can take matters into their own hands. A finance analyst, for example, might use Microsoft Excel or Access to create a forecasting model tailored to her department's exact needs. EUC allows her to operate quicker without formal requests, project charters, or meetings with developers. It's all about empowerment, a form of democratization in the workplace. But here's the other side of the coin. By bypassing IT, users also bypass layers of protection and oversight that are fundamental to secure and reliable systems. When it isn't in the loop, errors and vulnerabilities start creeping in. These small user-built applications may seem harmless, but they could grow into something problematic, introducing risks that escalate over time. Let's break down these risks further, starting with errors. Imagine you've built a sophisticated spreadsheet. It gives you financial projections you trust. But what if there's a subtle mistake buried in the calculations, a misplaced formula or a forgotten parameter? With no independent review, this tiny mistake could snowball. Decisions based on faulty data roll out, possibly leading to losses, tarnished reputations, or worse. Another flaw is the lack of change management. Without formal oversight, multiple users may create slightly different versions of the same application. Over time, you could end up with dozens of inconsistent copies floating around the organization, all doing slightly different things. Now imagine trying to fix an error or reconcile data. They're scattered among these different versions, each maintained by its user. Not exactly a recipe for efficiency. Security, the hidden danger. One of the major risks associated with EUC is security. Without the oversight of IT teams, these self-built applications might not meet enterprise-level security requirements. And it's not hard to see how this can lead to vulnerabilities. Let's consider the following examples of what could go wrong. 1. Authorization problems. Who's allowed to access what? Often EUC tools don't include mechanisms to ensure that users are properly authorized to view sensitive data. It's like building a house without locks on the doors. 2. Authentication issues. Even if users need to log in, the system might not properly verify their identities. This could allow unauthorized individuals or worse, attackers, to gain access to important information. 3. Lack of audit logging. You can't fix what you can't see. Many EUC applications, such as spreadsheets or databases built in programs like Microsoft Excel or Access, don't maintain logs tracking who accessed, updated, or deleted critical data. If something goes wrong, there's no trail to investigate. 4. Encryption or the lack of it. Sensitive data stored in EUC applications is often left unencrypted, making it vulnerable to theft. Think about a spreadsheet containing customer payment details saved on a department laptop with no encryption. If the laptop is stolen, that data becomes fair game for anyone. Though EUC enables end users to move faster and independently, these risks underscore the need for caution. Organizations can't afford to ignore threats to security and reliability, even when dealing with tools as seemingly innocuous as spreadsheets. Managing the risks. So does this mean EUC should be abandoned? Absolutely not. The key lies in management and control. Organizations can take steps to minimize risks while still enjoying the flexibility EUC offers. First and foremost, it's essential to define risk criteria. Not all EUC applications are equally critical. Some may serve as quick, disposable tools with minimal impact, while others could play a vital role in mission-critical operations. Applications falling into the second category, those essential to the business, should be handled with the same rigor as traditional IT applications. This means applying enterprise IT controls like proper testing, change management, and security measures. Next, organizations need to establish and enforce policies for EUC use. These policies should define what is acceptable and what isn't, offering clear guidelines to end users about how to develop tools responsibly. Finally, maintaining an inventory of all EUC applications is critical. This inventory acts as a map, giving IT teams and auditors an overview of where EUC applications exist within the organization. Those flagged as critical can then be placed under the same regulatory and security frameworks as formal IT systems. For example, if the marketing department creates an EUC application to track sensitive customer data, IT can ensure proper encryption is applied. If the finance team develops a forecasting tool that directly impacts decision-making, auditors can verify its accuracy before it's widely used. EUC in perspective. In most instances, EUC applications aren't the villains of the technology world. They're the unsung heroes that silently keep operations running smoothly. However, when left uncontrolled, they can transform from a productivity booster into a dangerous liability. Successful use of EUC depends on balance, letting end users innovate while maintaining a safety net to manage risks. By adopting strong policies, conducting regular audits, and ensuring oversight for critical applications, organizations can harness the incredible power of EUC while mitigating its risks. In other words, end-user computing isn't just about handing creative tools to employees, it's about creating a system where innovation and security walk hand in hand. So, the next time you open up a spreadsheet or customize a tool to solve a problem, remember, you're not just working on a file. You're contributing to the ever-evolving landscape of end-user computing, a space where empowerment meets responsibility. And with the right strategies in place, that's a balance worth striving for. This concludes the exploration of end-user computing, a powerful yet complex feature of modern workplaces that's as much about opportunity as it is about careful oversight. Thank you for watching, and as always, continue learning. Stay curious, and we'll see you next video.